my books are falling. Oh dear. No, no, fall. Thought it'd be smart to put 3 stacks of books on the bed. Okay. Anyway, hi guys. So I'm here tonight, obviously well, not obviously. I answered this question like a month ago, but then Anon asked me. They're like, what are some of your favorite books? And could you make a video telling us your favorite books and describing a little bit about them, why they're your favorite? So I was like, oh, okay. I was kind of like reticent to do this because I'm like, my entire bed is books, and I have more books in my closet, another bookcase. So I was just like, okay, well, I'll try. So I just narrowed it down. I didn't really want to say the books like Lord of the Flies and Kill a Mockingbird because I was that kid in high school who liked all of the books that we had to read for high school. So I was like, okay, we'll just do the ones that I like, that I've read like 4 or 5 times. I'm going to start with this great little book called Stop Pretending. I know you can't see the cover, but do it anyway. It's called Stop Pretending by Sonia Jones. Sones. And it's about, it's like told through poetry. And you could get it done in like 20 minutes if you read fast enough and didn't have any distractions. But it's about this girl whose sister has gone crazy. And it's like she's trying to deal with it. And it's just really, really poignant, I think, because it's told through poems which get into people's heads. It shows more emotion, I think, than just a regular, straightforward narrative. So I say, yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, give it a shot. Catcher in the Rye, I forgot to put that away. Obviously, Holden Caulfield's an annoying little prick, but I love him anyway. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Don't think I need to elucidate on why I like Perks of Being a Wallflower. I had it in middle school, actually, and I let a friend borrow it, and I never saw it again. So I had to buy a new one. It took me forever to find a non-movie cover copy. Satan's work. Oh yes. The Mayor of Castro Street by Randy Schultz. If you're interested in Harvey Milk, like I am, or you're just really interested in San Francisco history, I say pick up this book because it's great. It's even got photos. Everyone loves books with pictures. So if you're, it's really good. It tells you a lot about Harvey's life, and it's so informative. And I know some of the people didn't know him until 2008, but I mean, I visited San Francisco like 2010, and I got to see I didn't get to go on Castro Street, but I went down Market and saw like the rainbow flags that they had. So I thought it was really cool. So if you're interested in that and watch The Life and Times of Harvey Milk, that is a damn good movie. Choke, first of my mini Polonic books. Basically, protagonist Victor Mancini chokes on food for money, and he gets money and shit from cards. And how do you describe a Polonic book? You don't. You just say read it, because I cannot. This book is weird, but it's good. I love it. Where the Red Fern Grows. Every time I read this book, I cry like a baby. I've read it like so many times, and I think I'm going to assume most of you watching this have read this book at some point in your life. I remember in 4th grade, we were having a Christmas party, and I was the weird kid sitting there reading it while everyone else was talking. It's a sad window into my life now. I Have Lived 1,000 Years by Olivia Bitton Jackson. If you like the Holocaust and you like Holocaust books, like the Holocaust. That's such a terrible thing to say. If you are interested in the Holocaust, this is a great little narrative told. Shut up. Olivia Bitton Jackson was a survivor, so it's her story, and it's really, really good. And then following up with Devil's Arithmetic by Jane Yolen. I do not know if any of you read this in middle school. I know I didn't, but in like 8th grade when I got interested in the Holocaust, I picked up. Okay. But it's basically about Hannah. She's Jewish and she doesn't really like the Jewish faith, so she has a dream or something that she goes back in time to her grandparents or great grandparents or something. I think it's her grandparents, and she got sent to a concentration camp. So it's really, really good. I've read it, God, a ton of times. We'll do Steinbeck in 2 because I don't have that much time. I don't want to make the video. But Grapes of Wrath and East of Eden. I had to read both of these for school. I loved them so much. I love Steinbeck so much. Oh my God, he's so good. I mean, I assume I don't really need to talk about this. We all know about this and the weird breastfeeding scene at the end that we talked about forever in my high school class. And then East of Eden, Cain and Abel sort of thing. Yeah, it's good. Pick them up, read Steinbeck. If you do not read any other required, like, American author, read Steinbeck. He's not boring, like people seem to think he is. In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. I think some of you might know this, but it's about the murder of the Clutter family. And it's Truman Capote. He like writes it. It's really cool because he writes chapters through like the killer's eyes, and it kind of makes you sympathetic towards them, but at the same time you're still like, you guys are dicks because you killed people. But I read it. I thought I would. I mean, I like murder mysteries and like stuff that's based off real life, but I didn't think I'd like it that much, and I loved it. Rainbow Boys, and not just because Matt Bomer, you can't see it, but Matt Bomer, right there. But it's really good. It's a 3-part series. It's about 3 boys, Jason Carrillo, Kyle Meeks, and Nelson Glassman. And Kyle and Nelson are out, and Nelson's like the super flamboyantly gay person, and then Jason's like the closeted jock. And then Kyle and Jason fall in love, and it's so cute, and it's so good. It's by Alex Sanchez, so if you ever see this. I think it's the first, like, gay-themed book I ever read, actually. We'll do the Titanic books also in 2 shots. Night to Remember by Walter Lord. I think is the first book written on the Titanic. Either way, it's really great. It's super informative. And if you want to read about the Titanic, but you don't want to go super in-depth with the Titanic, like some of the other Titanic books that I have, this is a great choice. Unsinkable, the full story of the RMS Titanic by Daniel Allen Butler. I don't have Titanic End of a Dream, which is funny, but that's the most informative book I've ever read, and this is like the second most, I think. He gets super technical because he does, I have an UGG thing when I got my boots because I got this the same Christmas I got those. But, yeah, he's super informative. He's more technical, like you learn a lot more, you learn a lot about like British history and stuff like that with this. Yeah, Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon. If you're watching Hannibal and you haven't read this book, I swear, you better read this book at some point. It's so good. It's so much, I mean, Hannibal's good, but it's so much better. And, I mean, Silence of the Lambs was good. Anthony Hopkins was a fantastic Hannibal Lecter, but books, so much better. And the Red Dragon movie with Ed Norton was great, but everything Ed Norton does is great. He's my baby. Titubo, Salem Village. If you know anything about the Salem witch trials and, you know, the Paris family, you know Tituba was their slave and she was accused of all that stuff. And this is told from her point of view, which is really interesting. And this was the book that got me really interested in the Salem witch trials. It's a completely different take than like The Crucible by Arthur Miller. It's completely different than The Crucible by Arthur Miller. I remember I got interested because my brother had to film The Crucible for his high school English class, and I was Betsy. American Psycho, Bret Easton Ellis. He's a douchebag, but he writes some damn good literature. I mean, I cringed, I think, through half of this book. I was reading it a couple times while I was eating, and I'm like, nope, can't do this anymore. I mean, despite the chapters about Phil Collins and Whitney Houston and shit, which are kind of interesting, but at the same time, you're like, I just want to know about Patrick Bateman. But read it if you haven't already. It's so much better than the movie. The movie was such a big letdown, because I didn't watch it until after I read it. It's like, this isn't as good. And then I left Chuck Palahniuk, except for Choke, for last. I have 5 of them here. This was the first Palahniuk book I ever read because of Panic at the Disco. It's the only reason I found out about Palahniuk. But Invisible Monsters, Brandy Alexander, my Birds Ate My Face. Basically, I'm not even going to tell you about it. I'm going to make you read it if you haven't already. Snuff, Porn Stars. It's like Cassie's trying to set the world record for most dudes banged. That's told through 4. I don't know how much time, so I'm not going to look, but it's told through the dude's point of views who are waiting. And like every other freaking Palahniuk book, it ties in like 20 different stories, like Haunted, Which Glows in the Dark. Riders go on a retreat and they're locked in a building. Shit goes cray. people go crazy, people eat other people and fry their skin in the microwave. It's fucking weird. Fight Club. I'm not even gonna describe Fight Club because it's Fight Club. We all know about Fight Club. And then Lullaby. Lullaby is one of my favorites. It's so good. Like, there's a lullaby that it's a culling song. It's